Good Wednesday evening, everybody. It is currently 8 p.m., and I hope everybody's doing well on this evening. And I am back here because we actually have the last round of severe storms that are moving into West Alabama. And we actually have a brand new tornado warning down here that is for Scuba, Mississippi. And this goes for another 13 minutes. This is for eastern Kemper County. And just as I say that, National Weather Service in Birmingham is about to issue a brand new tornado warning for Pickens, Lamar, Pickens, Sumter, and Greene counties. Okay, so let me pop up the warning here, and we will see exactly who is in the warning and who is out. We are awaiting the polygon warning to pop up for Greene, Sumter, and Pickens counties. And of course, this is the final push of the last line of storms that we have to deal with tonight here in West Alabama. The severe storms have already come on through Jackson, Mississippi. They've come on through other places as well, and there is your brand new tornado warning. This does include Emelle, Gainesville, Union, and portions of Sumter, Pickens, and Greene counties. Okay, so there is your polygon. And this warning goes for another 56 minutes. And it is until 9 p.m. for Pickens, Greene, and Sumter counties. Now, this is a radar-indicated tornado that was located over Electric Mills, or 17 miles north of Lauderdale, moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. Locations within this warning include Union, Gainesville, Emelle, New West Greene, Mantua, Panola, Jenna, West Greene, Knoxville, Benevola, Geiger, Snooty, Warsaw, New Mount Hebron, Clinton, Pioneer, and Lewiston. So there is your brand new tornado warning that is in effect until 9 o'clock. Strong thunderstorm approaching from Mississippi. Going, this is from the National Weather Service in Birmingham. Approaching from Mississippi, going just north of Emelle. Take shelter if you are in Geiger to Gainesville up to Union and surrounding areas. Okay, so let me flip over here and go to the Okay, so there really, let's be honest with you, okay? Let me be honest with you. There are two areas of rotation within this warning that we need to watch out for. There is one that they are originally issuing for back here around the Scuba, Mississippi area, but there is a lead circulation now just off to the west of Union, Alabama. So there are two distinct couplets and areas of rotation that are just off to the southwest of the city of Tuscaloosa. So if you were over here towards Gainesville, Union, West Greene, Mantua, you need to go on ahead and be in your safe place right now because this is the final pull of the last severe weather that we have to deal with tonight. And I'm looking over all of the data, and the tornado warning is for both areas of circulation. And the one up here towards the Union area is really getting exact together. But the main one is for this one down here near Scuba, Mississippi. And let me just go on ahead real quick while I've got you here. The first area of rotation is 29 miles to the southwest of Tuscaloosa. The other circulation is 56 miles from downtown Tuscaloosa, and both of them are coming towards the city of Tuscaloosa. So once again, if you're just now joining me, there is a brand new tornado warning for another 52 minutes. And let me just go ahead and read out the warning for you guys. This is for far southern Pickens, northern Greene, and northwestern Sumter County until 9 o'clock. At 8:01, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Electric Mills, or 17 miles north of Lauderdale, moving northeast at 60. The locations within the path of this storm include Union, Gainesville, Emile, New West Greene, Mantua, Panola, Jenna, West Greene, Knoxville, Benevola, and Geiger. All right, so this is moving towards the city of Tuscaloosa as we speak. Now, these are the final systems that we have to deal with tonight. This is the last batch because, as you can see back here in Mississippi, there is absolutely nothing left to deal with other than this one line of thunderstorms that is moving into West Alabama as we speak. This has been a very active weather day, and we will be glad to get this last little push and batch out of the way here in Tuscaloosa. But for right now, there is no formal tornado warning for Tuscaloosa, but there are a couple of warnings just off to the southwest of the city of Tuscaloosa. So I just wanted to jump on here and let you guys know, and I would really start to look and think about going to my safe place, especially if you're over here towards Coker, Elrod, Buell, Foster's, Ralph, Romulus, and especially from this lead circulation that we have coming up here close to West Greene in West Alabama. This is sitting in between Aliceville and Union right now, and if you put if I put the track on it, it would probably take it over here closer to Sipsey Valley and the Sipsey River over here in western Tuscaloosa County. So if this continues, I would not be surprised to see the Weather Service post a tornado warning for Tuscaloosa very soon for this lead circulation that is sitting right here close to West Greene in West Alabama, down there in Greene County. And if you were watching me earlier, there is, there was some damage earlier down here towards Moundville. And first responders and all that, you just need to know that there are a couple of more storms that have a potential to produce tornadoes back to the west over here across Greene, Pickens, and of course Sumter counties. Now, the good news is on the correlation coefficient, I am not seeing any confirmation based off radar reports of anything down, which is really good news. But like I said, these are very, very tight, and I would not be surprised to see the Birmingham National Weather Service issue a tornado warning here very soon for this lead circulation coming up here in just a little bit. I need to also mention that a little bit further to the north, the National Weather Service in Birmingham has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Marion, Lamar, and Fayette counties. That's a little bit further off to the north, and that is for strong, damaging straight line winds up here for Hamilton, Vernon, Sulligent, Winfield, and Detroit. But the reason that I'm here is because we have two tornadoes or two circulations. One is going to be over here towards West Green and just off to the north and of Union. The other one is going to be down here near the city of Geiger. Now, if you guys are in Mississippi from Brooksville to Macon to Sugar Lac to Scuba and points off to the west, your severe weather is finally over. You are done with severe weather. As we get into Tuscaloosa, once we get these two couplets and tornadoes past us, we are done with the severe weather tonight. So give it about another 45 minutes to an hour, and we will be done with the severe weather tonight. But for right now, we need to go on ahead and pay close attention to two tornadic signatures on radar across Pickens and Greene counties moving towards the Tuscaloosa area. The first one is sitting here towards West Green. The other one is sitting back here towards the Geiger community. And once again, let me go on ahead and read off to you guys the places that are going to be impacted within the storm. Union, Gainesville, Emile, West Green, Mantua, Panola, Jenna, West Green, Knoxville, Benevola, Geiger, and Snooty. So basically, if you are in any of those places, you need to go on ahead and be in your safe place right now. This is a pretty significant situation. I need to also mention that the National Weather Service and the Storm Prediction Center has reissued the tornado watch that was supposed to go out at 7 o'clock. The new watch goes until 3 a.m. in the morning. However, I do expect after this line of storms clears West Alabama, I think the Weather Service will start to cancel the watches as the storm progresses on through Central and East Alabama. So I really feel like that this is the last hurrah for the severe weather right now. And this is a pretty messy signature right now. You have a line of storms, a batch of storms stretching from about Berry and Oakman all the way down into northern Tuscaloosa County and curling back over here to Lake Lurleen State Park. You have another batch of storms that is stretched from Hackleburg and Hamilton all the way down to Winfield, Fayette, and then curving back into Mississippi as well. So there is a broken line of severe storms that are moving into the Tuscaloosa area, and because they are broken and not in a solid line, that is the reason that we have a couple of spin-up areas within this line, is because it is not, these are individual storms within a line. So that's the reason that they are doing that. And I do not see any other. But the good news is I'm seeing back further off to the west. Memphis, the National Weather Service in Memphis has started trimming back the tornado watch back off to the northwest. So they are starting to cancel the tornado watches back off to the west. That is really good news to tell us that the severe weather threat is ending once this last little line passes your area. So once again, we have one tornado warning right now that is for Pickens, Sumter, and Greene counties. All right, and we have two areas of rotation right now on radar. One of them is getting up here really close to where the Pickens, Tuscaloosa, Greene County line comes in. The other one is getting up here really close to just north of Emile and getting close to Gainesville and Geiger. So both of these bear watching. Now the northern one is starting to lose a little bit of its punch as it gets further into and closer to Tuscaloosa. However, this one in Geiger has started to cycle again and become a little bit more robust. So that is what we have going on right now. If you are up here in West Green, if you are in Mantua, if you are in Pioneer, you need to go in your safe place right now. That is the lowest floor of your home with an interior room near the center and away from windows. So that right now has got to be, I would say if you had to pick out which would be the strongest one of these, I would say the one down here towards Geiger has really taken the dominance and has started to become the strongest one on radar right now. We also need to watch this developing signature up here, sitting up here towards Lake Tuscaloosa, because that could also cycle up into something and move up here towards Samantha and Morse Bridge up that way. So once again, we have a tornado warning for Pickens, Sumter, and Greene counties for the storm that is sitting between Geiger and Gainesville. And if you track that on out, that will eventually put it into Tuscaloosa County, somewhere over here towards Ralph, Romulus, Foster's, and even the Sipsey Valley School. So this has been a long day for a lot of people, but the good news is once this line finally moves past your area, you are done with severe weather. The good news is for my friends in Columbus, Crawford, Sugar Lac, Scuba, Meridian, Enterprise, Quitman, all the way down to Laurel and Hattiesburg, you guys are basically done with severe weather. You guys are done. They're trimming back the watches back off to the west. So that is a good thing. But for right now, for Tuscaloosa and West Alabama, we have one final push of severe storms and tornadoes to get through before we get through all of this mess today. Okay, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Gainesville or 17 miles south of Aliceville. Okay, so as you can see, they have updated the warning. Now, the warning goes for another 40 minutes, and this continues for Pickens, Greene, and Sumter, moving northeast at 55. This storm was located over Gainesville or 17 miles south of Aliceville. Now, the locations in the path of this storm include Union, Gainesville, New West Green, Mantua, Panola, Jenna, West Green, Knoxville, Benevola, Geiger, Snooty, Warsaw, Mount New Hebron, Clinton, Pleasant Ridge, Pioneer, and Lewiston. All right, Lewiston. So there is your locations within the path of this tornadic storm. Now, I'm not going to say that it is an actual tornado until we get visual confirmation. So it is a tornadic signature. It is not a tornado yet. But that does not mean it can't drop one at any time. But as of right now, it is not, I repeat, is not a confirmed tornado. So the northern couplet has completely fallen apart, which is really good news, but I will continue to watch it as it continues to push on off up here towards Buell and Coker and Elrod. But the other one down here in Geiger is holding its own near Geiger and Gainesville, and that's pretty tight, guys. Now let me switch over here to the Birmingham Birmingham Radar. And unfortunately, Birmingham is just a little bit too far for us to see this tornado down here in Geiger and Sumter County. So we have to use Columbus and Columbus only. So there is your couplet. And there is your possible tornado just off to the northeast of the city of Geiger. It is pouring rain right now. If you are in Tuscaloosa and far western Tuscaloosa, but there is no active tornado warnings for Tuscaloosa right now and put on the radar. There is going to be a lot of rain and a lot of lightning and ponding of water with this batch coming into the city of Tuscaloosa. But the more intense line and the reason that there is a tornado warning is for this little segment that is right back here over Gainesville and Geiger, moving off basically parallel to 2059, going up towards the city of Tuscaloosa. And we just got a new scan, so let me see what the velocity data looks like. And it's holding its own. I mean, I'll say that it's holding its own. And this thing is really packing a punch. And this thing is going to continue on off to the north and to the east. And the good news is I do not see any signs of this thing being down on the ground based off the correlation coefficient. So that's really good, and that's very promising. But nonetheless, there is a good enough signature there for them to issue and continue the tornado warning, and the center of circulation would be about right there. In between Geiger and Gainesville, coming up on into Greene County, towards the city of Union. Now, if you are in Gainesville, if you're in Bolagie, if you're in Utah, you don't need to do anything because this warning is not going to impact you. But if you are over here in Union, you need to go ahead and be in your safe place right now. That is the lowest floor of your home, near the center, and away from windows. I apologize. Had to get a sip of water. But this has been a long day, and but I enjoy doing it. So trying to keep you guys ahead of the storms, just in case you lose power or your cable goes out, you guys will have another outlet to hear about severe weather. All right. So while there's a little bit of a lull, and we're waiting for another scan, I'm going to check around and see if there are any other warnings that we need to address. And actually, no, I think that's pretty much the only active warning that we have right now. Okay, and the National Weather Service has just canceled the tornado warning for Gainesville, for Pickens, Sumter, and Greene. Okay, so we actually have no formal tornado warnings right now. However, I'm going to keep it here for just a little bit longer because this area is starting to ramp back up, and I would not be surprised to see the Weather Service going ahead and issue a tornado warning for this. But for right now, we actually have no formal tornado warnings, as all of the warnings have been allowed to expire. So, like I said, this is the last push of severe storms that we have to deal with tonight. And then tomorrow it's going to be rather cool. It's going to be sunny, and it's going to feel amazing. I can go ahead and tell you what the temperature is going to be tomorrow. So say after this nasty weather comes in, we're going to really cool off. And the high tomorrow is only going to be 57 here in Tuscaloosa. And tomorrow night, the low is going to be 45. So 57 tomorrow and 45 tomorrow night. So this is going to be a pretty, you're going to feel it when you go back outside tomorrow. It actually feels pretty cool outside right now. But once again, there are no formal tornado warnings, but I'm keeping it here just for another 5 minutes or so because I'm really curious about this one section that has popped up just to the west of Coker, and it's moving off towards 171 and Morse Bridge. That looks really tight. And if the Weather Service gets another couple of scans and it keeps that strong, I would expect them to pull the trigger on a tornado warning for western Tuscaloosa County. But for right now, there are no warnings. But I can't rule out them issuing a tornado warning for this one little segment right here because it started to ramp back up again as it has moved into Tuscaloosa County. And I tell you what, let me look at the correlation coefficient and see if there is any sign of anything down. And the good news is I do not see anything that would tell me that it's down. All right, so one more thing I'm going to do before I sign off. I'm going to look at it from a different vantage point and look at it from Birmingham. And yeah, there's a little bit there, not much, but there's just a little bit of rotation. So yeah, I'm going to stay here just a little bit longer just to make sure that the Weather Service does not issue another tornado warning and have to come back on and all that. Okay, so there will be your couplet. And there would be another area of rotation. I'm going to give it one more radar scan, and if it starts to continues to go down, then I'm going to sign off. But once again, we've got to continue to watch this one down here north of Gainesville because it's been cycling, and that's what severe storms do. They pulse up, they pulse down, they pulse up, they pulse down. And especially when they're embedded in a line like this. So I'm going to give this one more radar scan to see if they will be either strengthening or if they go away. I'm looking at both of these areas right here off to the northwest of Tuscaloosa. And they are moving away from Tuscaloosa, which is the good news. But if a tornado warning was issued, they would be for the Samantha area if a tornado warning were to be issued. So give me, I'm probably going to take another 2 minutes and wait for another radar scan to come in. And then I will decide then about staying on or not. But there have been a lot of confirmed tornadoes today. There's been a lot of video, a lot of pictures taken, and unfortunately, a lot of structural damage, and especially down here towards the MOUNDVILLE area. I know that over here in Billingsley got hit pretty hard earlier. I know that Autauguaville got hit earlier as well. All right, new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Marion County. All right, so let me go up there and look at that, just show you that real quick. And that's going to be for this line segment that is coming up here from Hamilton to Hackleburg to Brilliant. And that's going to be a lot of heavy wind in that, folks. Let me go ahead and read the warning off to you. Wind gusts upwards of 60 to 70 miles per hour. All right, so this is for Hamilton, Winfield, Haleyville, Guin, Hackleburg, Glen Allen, places like that. Tucker Ridge. All right, so so both of those areas in Tuscaloosa County have weakened somewhat significantly. There is no formal couplet there. The only couplet that is still active is this one down here in Greene County. I will continue to watch this as it comes this way. And if, once this passes Tuscaloosa, I'll get back on here and I will continue to watch the rest of these storms for this evening. But for right now, there are no formal tornado warnings. I will be back with another update probably about 9:15 before then if necessary.